It's been a couple weeks since that fatal fire in New York where 17 people, including 8 children, were killed.
Yeah, investigation has shown that it was from a malfunctioning space heater and made worse by open doors. So how important is it to close your door?
A little over 4 years ago, the campaign from the Fire Safety Research Institute was called Close Before You Doze. The reason is that it can help keep that fire from the room that you're sleeping in. Today, we want to revisit that campaign, and helping us is Chief Michael Lowe, Senior Instructor with the Delaware Fire School. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
So tell us about what you know about this New York fire and what may have led to the issues with all those folks perishing.
The fire in New York obviously was a tremendous tragedy, and I'm sure it was compounded by many factors, one of which is the combustible materials that are in homes today. And we talk about that a lot in our escape planning. In a regular residential home, 30 years ago, they estimated you had as much as 20 minutes to escape from the time a fire started. Today, that is down to 4 to 5 minutes, maybe. And that's because of how fast things are burned, and it really compounds the job of the firefighters because of the increased fire spread.
Now, the Close Before You Doze campaign basically is saying that you need to close your bedroom door when you go to bed at night. Why is that important?
Well, it simply creates an additional barrier between where the fire would be and you personally. And the door, you know, even though it's not made out of substantial materials as they were at one time, every bit of time helps. And just that bit of time with a closed door that prevents the fire and the heat and the hot gases from entering your room is a big plus and adds to your ability to get out.
But you hear it from parents especially that, you know, they want to be able to hear their kids in the other room when it comes to being able to get them out during a fire, or even hear their pets if they might be in some other part of the house. What do you say to those parents who are worrying about that with this Close Before You Doze campaign?
Well, it's a very tough call, and we have certainly run into that out in the field where we do public events. And, you know, my response to them is, you know, you just have to outweigh the advantages and the disadvantages. I understand we all want complete access to our children and those in our homes, and just explain the pros to them, you know, as they have presented the con.
We just, you know, last night had a fire in Ocean City, a fatal fire in Ocean City, and we're also learning that there were no working smoke detectors. I mean,
well, again, it amazes me, and I've talked about this on your show before, with the advantages that folks have on Delmarva, because they do, with having very active fire departments, with very active public education programs. And Ocean Cities is one of the finest. To still have homes that do not have smoke alarms, when an individual can walk into a fire station and ask for a smoke alarm and walk out with one to install in their home, that's just a tough thing to take, and we battle that all the time.
Yeah, and you got to make sure they're working. It's one thing to have them, it's another to have them working. Chief Michael Lowe with the Delaware Fire School, thank you so much.
Thank you, Chief.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.